Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope that you're all doing well and having a great day. So this is a requested video by a couple of people over the last 2 weeks. People would like to know what coins I like, what are my favorite projects, which coins am I holding on to, and what do I think about certain coins for the future. So for the sake of this not being a 95-minute video, I'm only going to go over each individual coin and pretty much what I think about it in as short as time as possible so I don't waste all of your time. And that's not to say that these are the only coins that I believe in. You see I have about 95 tabs up here. There's a reason for that. I don't want to have 38,000 tabs. And there's also some other projects that I will probably skim over when I'm done with all of these. So number one, or rather the first on the list, is Bitcoin for obvious reasons. This is the coin that kind of started it all. It's one of the first coins that I got, actually the first coin that I got into before any of the other ones. I got into Bitcoin around the time when it was, I think, $200. I told a lot of people to get into Bitcoin. Not many people listened to me. A lot of people said even at $200 that it was a bubble. By the time it hit 400, 500, this is when people slowly started getting into it, but not many people started dumping into the Bitcoin game until it hit around $10,000. If you've watched any of my other videos, I am not even a believer, because we know at this point that it's happening. There are a lot of rich people who have Bitcoin, and it is my firm belief that they will not, how do I say this? They will not be satisfied with Bitcoin being at this amount. I still believe that it's fairly undervalued because of the technology, because of what it does, and because of the name of Bitcoin. You all know there's going to be a max supply of 21 million. I think around 4 million have been lost forever or something like that. Whether they've been on computers, there was another guy in somewhere in the UK. I think he lost like 300,000 or something like that were on his computer. He got sent to a landfill. They were destroyed. So I see a very bright future for Bitcoin. It's kind of going slow at the moment, especially when it comes to updates and things like that, depending on when you may be watching this video. But I do believe that Bitcoin will be number one at least for a while, but I don't see it dying anytime soon. Next up is Ethereum. You guys are without it. You guys should all know how much I love Ethereum. I got into Ethereum around the time when it was $8 a coin. And that's simply because I think it was the other coin that had popped up after Dogecoin and a couple of other ones that I had been collecting at that time. I think one of them was like Feather Coin and Bitcoin Dark, which has also changed its name now. And I think, or personally believe, that Ethereum probably should be the number one coin just because of what it does and how many other coins are built on top of it, and just the name of it and the people who are backing Ethereum. It's absolutely amazing. If you do not know what the Ethereum Alliance is, Google it and you will see exactly how many companies are backing Ethereum and how many of them wish to use Ethereum's blockchain and build products on top of Ethereum. It's going to be absolutely massive. The price crash over the last couple of months has completely dragged the price back down. I think the high was at 1,200 or something like that, and I think that it should be a lot higher simply because of everything around it, and especially once they get Plasma and Casper activated on the network. So I can already feel the dislikes coming. The moment I clicked on this tab, I can feel it deep inside of my soul. A lot of people do not like Ripple and or XRP. I personally don't care at this point. I got into XRP when it was less than a penny. And I told people about it as well. I told a lot of, I think I didn't make my video on XRP until it was around 19 cents or something like that, because I was like, okay, something very significant is happening here. And I am trying to still tell other people exactly what's going on. Ripple has an enormous amount of partnerships when it comes to anything in the cryptocurrency space. They have over 150 banks. They have so many things on just even Western Union and MoneyGram. Like, people don't understand that what they're doing now, especially the other companies who they have listed, are still testing their products. But a lot of them have come forward and say, yeah, we're still testing it, but everything is going great. A lot of people haven't given the the timeline for when XRP will be activated on their network, but we know at this point it's just an eventuality. It's going to happen sometime in 2018. And when all of this billions of dollars are flowing through the market, especially more money than is actually even flowing through it during a 24-hour period, it's finally flowing through XRP just from 2 companies. When they have hundreds of others signed up, this coin is going to be massive, whether you want to believe it or not. I have a strong belief in Ripple and the Ripple team, and I like everything that they do. And especially as we get further or more into regulations in 2018, because this is definitely regulation year. guess who's going to stand in front, because they've made sure that they have coupled up with the regulators since the very beginning of the time that they were created. On a side note, I feel that kind of similar to Stellar. Stellar doesn't have as many partnerships as Ripple happens to, but I still think that Stellar has a very bright future, especially when it comes to their partnerships with IBM. We don't really get much news about many Stellar partnerships, but you better believe that they're definitely working on things on the side. For a lot of people who do not know, Stellar is also actively trying to become a banker coin, if you will. If you check their website, they actively say that they're trying to work with banks and financial institutions as well, because Stellar is actually a copy is a very strong word. It's built off of Ripple and has been changed a lot, but they still have the exact same premises, is why they have a near identical total supply that is floating around. So I think as time goes on, Stellar will definitely be one of the coins to have. May not be the top coin. I'm going to be 100% honest, simply because they haven't been in the news as often. When other projects come forward, especially about news, they come forward very, very often, especially when it comes to Ripple. They came forward or are coming forward every day or every other day with some new information about some new company who has joined onto them, and Stellar has not really done that. IBM seems to be the largest thing that they have, but that is not to undercut it, because IBM is a massive company, and they said before in the past that they do plan on using XLM on their system, so the price will definitely be moving up whenever the market gets itself together. I spoke recently about EOS or EOS, depending on how you want to say it. It's one of my favorite projects. I want to say it is definitely, if I had to group these all in order, because these are definitely not in order, especially I was opening up the tabs, I want to say top 4, top 5. I think this is going to be a project that takes a lot of people by surprise. When this first launched, I think I spoke about it sometime around last summer. I think this launched last June, and a lot of people were asking me, should they get in around this price when it was around $4 or $5? I said no, wait, because when it first launched, it was literally $1, even maybe a bit less than that, and I told people to wait around this time period, because what ends up happening is when a coin first launches, it shoots up, everyone gets really hyped about it, no new news comes out for about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that coin's dead. EOS has not officially launched yet, and there is so much attention being paid to this project. The all-time high that we had, I think, was $18 and something cents. If you can kind of see it quickly as I'm trying to get the, $18.16. And this is before the project has even officially launched. There's already information that they said by the end of the year, they expect to have thousands of apps running on the EOS platform. They say at the moment that they can do around 10,000 transactions per second. That already is enough to take over the entire world and take over the entire crypto space. But they say that it can be scaled up to 1 million transactions per second on chain, which is more significant than other projects that are working off chain. They're trying to build side chains such as Ethereum and Bitcoin in order to speed up the network. But if EOS is capable of performing 1 million transactions per second with having thousands of apps on it, tons of other coins that are now being built on top of Ethereum are going to be built on EOS instead. And what happens when you build other projects onto certain different coins, it raises the value of their coin and their blockchain because so many other things are on it. Think of kind of like the internet only having one website, and then it has 15 websites, and then it has 3.5 million websites. How valuable is the internet then, because everything is then built on top of it? Current price estimates, even for EOS right now, are ranging between, I think, $150 to $200, $300 sometime in 2018. And if it does get this momentum, it'll probably be one of the top 3 coins on the market. I've spoken about Amigo a lot of times before. I definitely like this project, what they plan on doing. They plan on banking the unbanked. For those who do not know, Amigo is actually a spinoff of another company called Omise. That they are now making Amigo, which is the coin. They are located in Southeast Asia, I believe, and their entire plan is to help people who do not have access to the financial system. We are actually very blessed to have computers and to have money in our pockets or on our bank accounts, wherever that money might be. There are a lot of people in the world who do not have access to any of this. So their entire plan is to help people around the world who do not have access to any type of money. As you can see, even though through the price spike and stuff like that, the price has been relatively resilient for what it is, because this has also not launched yet. This is what they're planning on doing, is also making their first decentralized exchange, and literally about 15 other things that I cannot remember at the moment of making this video. If you do not know about Amigo, I implore you to please look into this project, especially while the price is this low. When this does officially launch, I believe that the price is going to skyrocket. I see the price anywhere between $50 to $100 as the coin has gotten launched and starts moving forward. By the end of the year, if we are not at $200 to $300 a coin, I would be shocked. Amigo is also, I think, one of the people who's on the board of directors or something similar to that, is actually the guy who created Ethereum. He says he also believes in Amigo and is active in helping them push forward. And I think they also just partnered with an entire country. It's just absolutely insane, the things that they're doing. A lot of people aren't paying attention to them because the Amigo team, their entire thing, they came forward and said, you know, while other projects are constantly giving news updates once a week, this is just about every other coin. Every other coin tries to keep you as informed as possible. Amigo said they do not want to give you news until it is absolutely relevant. So they barely give any news. Maybe once a month we'll hear something about them. But at the moment, it's expected that they're also going to launch at the end of May, the beginning of June, and it is going to be absolutely spectacular when they finally do launch, especially because this is going to be a proof of stake coin. So this is going to be a coin that you will also be able to make money with by having the coin and not actually even spending them. It's going to be massive. I spoke about Golem a couple of days ago. The main net has finally launched. This is why the price is up here. Like I said, there's always a jump during the first couple of days. Prices may then move back down and then eventually start to go back up as time goes along. Golem aims to be the world's supercomputer. I mentioned it in a video day or two ago. The entire reason why I love the Golem project is because they plan on, if you have unused computer power that you are not using while you are surfing the web, you can send or have other people be able to use your unused power in exchange for receiving Golem in, you know, as a swap for what you have given them. But the main thing that I like about Golem and what a lot of people are moving forward to using Golem for is that they are going, when you are attempting to cure diseases or cure sicknesses or ailments around the world, they use computers because this is the quickest way to see exactly what they have done and what they have not done so that they can test it. But when they have a supercomputer at their fingertips that they can then use to see exactly how to find a cure quicker, they're going to be using Golem, and this is going to be absolutely incredible because I hope that when they do start using this, they do start finding cures for things that we do not have cures for in this world so that we can help people who are less fortunate. I know I'm not trying to sound too preachy, but, you know, this is exactly why Golem is going to be very big, especially when it comes to, I think a lot of people plan on also using this to make movies and animation and stuff like that. This will also help to build a new age of art. There's so many things that this tiny project is planning to become absolutely massive, and this is one of the reasons why I definitely like Golem. And if, like I said in the other projects, if you do not know about Golem, please look into it as well. Everything that I'm saying, make sure you look into it as well. I am just a person on a computer with a microphone. Don't trust anything that I say 100%. Do your own research. You have to know exactly where you are putting your money, because I cannot tell you where to put your own money. Next up, this is kind of a 2-for-1. Basic attention token. I like them because I believe that part of I don't think that every single cryptocurrency will be used as a Visa or MasterCard replacement. I don't think that every single coin is going to be used in a store or in a mall, or whatever the case might be. BAT, and especially with Steam, which I'll get to in 1 second, BAT plans on being, or is already kind of the, they plan on being like the social media token. So one of the main things that happened with Dogecoin when it was first released, what a lot of people wanted for the project, that the guy who made the project said, no, I'm not going to do this, was to be a social media coin. We decided that we needed a coin, or we wanted a coin that, if you liked a video on YouTube, if you liked something that you were watching, you could then tip them in Dogecoin. The creator said, no, this is not what this is for. He said the entire project was as a joke. He believed it was a joke, etc., etc. He didn't want to bring the project any further. I think he left it for a while. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Dogecoin fell out of the spotlight, and this is where BAT comes in. I think you're actually able to use BAT on the browser that I am on Brave. And I think that what they are doing is very intelligent, because they're trying to make sure, because eventually someone is going to integrate some type of cryptocurrency into their platform so that you can tip other people if you like their content or whatever the case might be, because there are a lot of apps like this in Asia where if you like someone's live stream or whatever the case might be, you can then tip them in diamonds or hearts or whatever the app may have. And eventually I think that BAT has already gained enough attention that I think that it's going to continue moving forward, and that people will start integrating it into their browsers or whatever the case might be. Same exact thing with Steam. The thing that will propel cryptocurrency forward is an app or something that a lot of people can use very quickly. And Steam, from what I understand, at least I used to use Steam myself, but I have moved away, and I'll tell you why in a couple seconds. It's pretty much a social media platform where you can post your own content. You can post your videos, you can post photos, whatever the case might be, whatever you want to post, you can post them on Steam. And if someone likes them and says, oh, wow, this is actually pretty cool, thank you for the content that you have given me, thank you for the story, that was absolutely amazing, I didn't know that people grew chickens on an island in Madagascar, whatever the case might be, they can then tip you in Steam. I stopped using Steam personally because a lot of people, it was just spamming the entire network, because part of the platform of Steam is that, yeah, you get money pretty much for posting your content if other people like it. There was kind of a lean sideways, because if you can actually put your own money into Steam, and the more power you have on the network, the more power that you can influence other people. So it kind of became like a popularity contest with other people trying to outclass other people to see exactly how popular they could become on the Steam network. That's not to say that it's not good. I think what they have is a very intelligent idea, but it's about weeding out the people who are just there to spam the network and to post fake content for no apparent reason. But I definitely like what they were doing. I was very into Steam. This had to be last summer. I was very, very into Steam. I thought it was very interesting what people were doing, and I have not been on in a while, and I think that they have a bright future as well going forward. Funfair is... How do I explain Funfair? Funfair is like an online casino. I said this, actually made a Funfair video, and I don't know how many people agreed with me. Every human has a vice, and many humans have a vice that is gambling. And when it comes to being able to gamble online and gamble for cryptocurrencies, this is going to be a perfect storm for making money, especially I believe that as I want to say that as transactions happen on the Funfair network, I believe they're also, I think fun is also burned. So eventually there will be less Funfair that is floating around. But anything that allows people to pull a lever and make money and all this other stuff, that is definitely going to be used. The Fun team is actually quite active. It's been delisted on a number of exchanges simply because of the liquidity in the market is not exactly where other coins are, but I think this will eventually pick up. At the moment, I believe the Funfair team is, what's the word? They're traveling from country to country and then trying to talk to the regulatory bodies within those countries in order to make sure that what they are doing is legal, et cetera, et cetera. I think they were doing that in the UK a couple of months ago. But since then, like, we haven't had an enormous amount of news from Funfair, but it's still one of my favorite projects simply because of what they're doing. If you get a chance, check out the website. It looks a bit unfinished, if I can say that, but they said that they're going to be rolling out future updates to make sure that everything looks a lot better. And there's a lot of other, I think maybe 3 or 4 other cryptocurrency projects that are dealing around gambling and stuff like that. But Funfair was, I think was one of the first ones that I found. So this is why I think it has a soft place in my heart. And I assume the price will also go up as time goes along because it's relatively undervalued, especially when people will start using it to be able to gamble and receive crypto for it. Almost to the end. Salt I spoke about before. I like salt on food and I like salt as a cryptocurrency because the entire point of the platform is it's like a lending platform. A lot of people were trying or were asking or thinking that it could be comparable to BitConnect. For those who do not know, BitConnect was a gigantic Ponzi scheme where you were told to lend your money to the platform and they would give you BitConnect tokens and they would pay you back a certain amount of money every single day. On the other side, Salt is actually a platform where you give them, I believe, fiat currency and they give you, I want to say Salt in exchange. I can't remember exactly what it is. That's a shame. I should have definitely remembered that because I like Salt. the point is that they are a lending platform and they are actually legitimate. They're not doing anything where they give you guaranteed 25% every single day or whatever the case might be. They actually plan on helping people, especially within the US, because in the US, if you have bad credit, you cannot get a loan at all. So this is who they are targeting, and this is where their profits will come from. This is people, once again, not to talk down or about anyone. People like to gamble and people like to take out loans. That is not me talking negatively about anyone, but people will continue to take loans even when they can't afford it. And this is where Salt will kind of come in, because the people who are then holding Salt will be able to profit from this. It sounds kind of bad when you say it out loud, but this is, for those who do not know, this is how the banking system works. This is how you get money from the bank, is that they are loaning out money, and the people who cannot pay and default on their loans, they're then making money from that. This is why they sell debt, and this is how money is made. And this is what Salt actually aims on doing. So the price has been down, obviously, if you have that notice, because the entire market is down. It's maybe not a major coin to have, but after you have invested in everything else you have invested in, I think it could potentially be a good idea to have at least some money in Salt. Make sure you look into it and read up for it at least an hour before you put your money into it. Last but not least is Neo. Neo is quite controversial because of who made it and where it comes from. One of the main reasons why I personally like Neo is because it is a dividend coin. That is to say, if you hold Neo, you also receive a certain amount of gas for holding or having the Neo coin. So the more Neo that you have, the more gas that you actually get for free. And a lot of people don't know this. There's a website, I think it's called neotogas.com. That should be it. It tells you exactly how many Neo you have. You can type it, I have 15 Neo. And it tells you exactly how much money you will get per year. I think the current rate is you get around 5 to 6% of however much Neo you have per year in gas, and you get the gas for free. And usually as Neo rises, this tends to also raise the price of gas, because gas is needed on the Neo network. It was one of my favorite coins for a while. You don't really hear a huge amount about the project anymore. Now they're about partnerships as well, but even as a side coin, just to have a side partner, gosh, what's the word in English? Side income. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good coin to have. So these are my picks. Tell me in the description below if you believed that I missed any coins. I know that I missed a lot of them. I know that I missed Verge and Lisk, and especially IOTA, because a lot of people still like IOTA. I know I missed Tron. There's a reason for that. I spoke about that in a number of videos. I missed VeChain. I missed Qtum. I missed Binance Coin, Ontology, Icon, especially all the privacy coins. There's a reason why I did not choose the privacy coins. It's because of regulations. I was totally into Dash and especially Zcash over the last 2 years or something like that. And then lo and behold, the government is like telling people to delist these on different exchanges. Like I said, there's only so many tabs that I could have opened at the top, and without making this a super mega awesome long video, there are a lot of projects out there. Make sure to always pay attention and to know exactly what you are putting your money into. Like I said, this was a requested video, so I wanted to tell you guys exactly what I like, what I think is good, especially going into the future. There are a lot of projects out there, especially Waves has a lot of attention, Stratus as well. That's not to say that my picks were the best or that these are the only coins you should be looking after. There's a lot of money to be made in cryptocurrency. There are a lot of coins that will shoot up higher than other coins. Just make sure you always pay attention to where you are putting your money. I am still very expectant that 2018 will be a miraculous year for cryptocurrencies, especially as all the rich people continue to come forward and say that they believe that trillions of dollars will fall into the cryptocurrency market. I have my fingers and toes crossed, because that would be very, very nice, especially after the last couple of months that we have had. All right, everyone, I'm completely out of breath. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching. Like I said, tell me if I missed anything. If you do not agree with what I said, I'm assuming about 85% of the comments are going to be focused completely on Ripple, as a lot of people don't like the project. Hope you guys have a great day wherever you are, wherever you might be, whatever you might be doing. And yeah, I will talk to you all soon. See you.